Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. I made the leap from years of nonprofit agency work to private group practice 3 years ago. If I'm honest with myself, I'm scared to be in a solo private practice because I don't have a savings, big financial backing from family or others, and I've worked so hard to make this career what it's become now. I'd be terrified to lose the security I have even now in a group. What would you recommend? So first, I want to thank TherapyNotes. They are the #1 rated electronic health record system available today. With live telephone support 7 days a week, it's clear why TherapyNotes is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot and has a 5-star rating on Google. TherapyNotes makes billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy, and they also offer e-prescribe for you prescribers out there. If you're coming from another EHR, TherapyNotes makes the transition incredibly easy, importing your demographic data free of charge so that you can get going right away. Find out what more than 100,000 mental health professionals already know. Use promo code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com for 2 free months. So, anyone not scared to go into solo practice isn't really that invested. I'm going to freak some people out, but I want you to stay with me because I'm going to bring you out of the freak out. In solo practice, you are solely responsible for everything. You're reliant entirely on yourself. Those of us that have others relying on us for income, like partners or parents or kids, we run the very real risk of letting down the people we love most. We risk the deep bruise of failure. You are responsible for the administrative, the marketing, and the clinical sides of your business. And if any of these three are lacking, it strongly impacts the other parts. In contrast, being an employee or a contractor of a group practice means you're only responsible for the clinical work and a portion of the administrative side of things. That's it. In solo practice, you're taking on a whole other facet of business with marketing, and you have to create infrastructure that you then have to follow for your administrative stuff. And I don't know anyone who is 100% confident in themselves 100% of the time. The stakes are high as hell. So even if you would rate your self-efficacy at a 95%, that 5% is going to pop up and warn you that you could very well ruin your life if you risk this. And when we look at it like this, it is a wonder that anyone goes into solo private practice. So listen, it's never going to be not scary to start a private practice. There's never going to be a perfect time. You're never going to feel totally ready. Those of us who have taken the leap, we've chosen like good enough timing. Almost none of us felt totally ready. When I started my first full-time practice, I was 90% sure I could do it. That remaining 10% was sometimes so loud and so brutal. And because the drama of I'm going to fail and we're going to go bankrupt and my partner will be so disappointed in me, and that supervisor who said private practice doesn't work was going to be proven right, that drama is so much more compelling than the calm confidence of, I got this, I'll make it work. If I'd spent half the amount of time worrying, or half the amount of time that I was worrying doing the next right marketing thing, I would have been full much faster. But ultimately, it didn't matter. I got full because I used marketing best practices consistently enough that they worked. And that's the thing that I want to express and expose people to every single day. The therapists who are successful in private practice have just used marketing best practices. They've done good clinical work so that their clients don't ghost after one session. And that helps them also build some word of mouth. They have administrative systems that allow them to get back to potential clients and maintain their current clients. And the hardest of these by a long shot is doing good clinical work. That's probably the thing you're already most confident in out of the three. Learning to market, that's easy. Setting aside time for returning phone calls or emails and doing your notes, that's easy. Not fun, but it's easy. Private practice is one of those things that seems like Mount Everest when you're looking at it from the outside, but from the inside, it's more like the Rockies. It's impressive, but it's totally doable. So I would recommend starting to save as soon as you can, cut back on non-necessities for a limited amount of time. If you're allowed to start your own practice on the side, do so. If you're a contractor at the group, you should be able to start your own practice per the IRS. Contractors are supposed to have other gigs in their field. Then you can start slow while maintaining the security of your paycheck. Put every single dime you make after expenses in your private practice into savings so that you have a cushion. Working 2 jobs will suck. It's always going to suck to work more than we want to, but it's not forever. If you're doing best practices for marketing, it's going to be a much shorter period of time working 2 jobs. So that would be my advice, because I hear in your question, you're writing a private practice consultant. I hear in your question that you are considering going out on your own, but you're scared. You should be, not because you're going to fail, but because it's inherently scary. Today's free worksheet is looking at the difference between working in a group practice versus going out on your own. I try to be fair. I do own a group practice, so I think a healthy group practice can be a great place for therapists. I don't know that most group practices are healthy. And it sounds like if you're writing me, it might not be what you want anyway. So if you need help knowing how to market using best practices, then join us in the Abundance Party. We take you through how to do it step by step. We do our best to make it fun. Hit the link in our bio for more information on that.